Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Sam, and it's so nice to see you today. I hope you're doing well. Today is the start of a 48-hour reading vlog for Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. This is book 2 in the Dreamer trilogy, which is Ronan's trilogy. And yeah, that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a 48-hour reading vlog. I kind of mapped it out. Technically, I'll only be awake / able to read for about 24 of those 48 hours because I have other things to do, but I do have the weekend off, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do it. I'm not sure how frequently I'll update. If something major happens, I will probably jump in and want to update about that, but for the most part, it's going to be very, sort of guided, so every 10 chapters or so, I'm going to try to update. I did the math. I just need to read about 2 chapters every hour. A little less even, and I'll be okay. So I'm not really worried about this one. I think 48 hours is the perfect time span to read. I have very high expectations for this book. So, not to be jinxing it, but I have very high expectations. This vlog is going to be spoiler filled, so heads up about that. If you haven't read book 1 in this trilogy, go do that. I really, no holds barred. If I want to talk about it, I want to talk about it. So yeah, just like heads up there. I guess this book takes place obviously after the first book, Ronan and Hennessy. Is that her name? I'm so sorry. The details have escaped me. The broad strokes are still with me, but the details from book 1 have escaped me. But Ronan and Hennessy have left with this guy who is like going to train them how to be dreamers. Also, there are magic swords. Also, there are people trying to kill them. And Adam doesn't know, I don't think, that Ronan left. But Matthew and Declan do, I think. Things I'm hoping for from this book. More Pinch content, because I love it. More Matthew content, because he's the brother I'm most interested to get to know more. That's it. I think that's just the 2 big things. Declan is also really interesting, and I want to learn more about him, but I want to know the most about Matthew, who I think up until this point has kind of been left to do his own thing. So, or not even that, but we haven't been invited to know that much about him yet. I want more from him. And I don't know if I want cameos from the other Raven Boy characters. I guess that would be fine, but I feel like this is such a Ronan-centered book that it doesn't matter as much to me if like Gansey or Blue were to appear. So we'll see about that, but I'm so excited. You have no idea. I'm gonna dive right into it. Gonna read a couple chapters, and yeah, let's just go. Okay, just hit chapter 5. It's really good so far. We got a Matthew chapter, we've gotten some Ronan chapters, some Hennessy chapters, a Jordan chapter, and I wanted to read more, but people are about to come over, so I do have to go down. But Maggie Stiefvater has some of the best writing ever. The language she uses is just phenomenal, especially when describing people. Like, just phenomenal. I feel like I don't know, she needs to be a bigger name because she's just so talented. But okay, I need to go. I'm just in awe of her language skills constantly, and I wish I could write just like a fraction of the way she does, because she's so good. Okay, I've got to go, but I'll be back. I'll be reading a lot more tonight. I can't wait. It's a treat to have this book. It's a treat. Okay. Tank is here and he's sleeping, so I don't want to get up to record an update. I just hit chapter 11. I just hit chapter 11. And I hate... I don't trust Bride. I still love Matthew and Declan and Ronan. I hope Adam is in the book soon. Hi! I don't know. It's such a comforting book to read. I think just Maggie Stiefvater's like language and writing is just really comfortable and familiar, and I love it. I love it so much. This book is already just like amazing. The hand cat is fucking amazing as well. The hand cat, like, terrifying, and I want one. I want one, okay? I can't explain why, but I want one. Okay, I'm only on chapter 19. I have a feeling I may not finish this book today, so it may not be a 48-hour reading vlog. I'm going to try my hardest, but we'll see. It's only 4:30, there's still time in the day, but we'll see. But the other thing I wanted to come on here and say is just that this book is like, the things it's saying about dreaming and about art is just so much and so good. And every time I read Ronan as a character, it feels like I'm reading something very personal to the author. I don't know Maggie Stiefvater. I can't like say for sure, but he just feels very personal, and this whole book feels very personal. And not every book you read feels like it was dug up from the weeds and the flower beds and pulled out of an author's soul, but this book and this series does, and there's something very special about that. That's all I want to say right now. I'm gonna go read some more. Okay, it's definitely not gonna be a 24-hour vlog considering it is Monday and I started this on Saturday. Or 48 hours. I mean, oh god, I'm so tired. I had a long day, started early, got minimal reading done. I am just finishing chapter 21, and it's still really good. I was not expecting... Okay, hopefully there's more Adam content. And I know it's not Adam's book, it's Ronan's book. It's not like even the Adam and Ronan book, it's Ronan's book. I get that. But I don't know, I'm still expecting more from him to show up. He had like such a non-scene in some ways. This happened many chapters ago. It felt a little like a non-scene, but I also feel like it's being withheld from us as readers on purpose. So I am curious to see if anything happens there. I'm torn between 100% supporting the, like, basically terrorism they're committing on behalf of the planet, and, you know, being like, oh no, it's terrorism, that's not good. Eco-terrorism, you know? It's complicated thoughts. As long as no one's getting hurt, right? Farouk Lane and Liliana kissed. They're a couple. Interesting. I was not interpreting their relationship that way, but I don't hate it. I just wasn't interpreting it that way. I love Declan. There was something about him inhabiting the sideways world, which I loved. I loved that just like phrasing. I love the language of this book. I love this book so much. But I think that might be all I have to say at the moment. I am going to go take a shower and then spend however much energy I have left tonight reading. I do wake up early tomorrow to work. All I want to do right now is read Mr. Impossible. I've read maybe 20 pages in the last 2 days because I've been working all day, and then I get back from work and have like food, and then I am too tired to do anything, so I shower and go to bed. And doing nothing relaxing is also exhausting, and yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. I don't even know when I'll have time to relax and just like sit down and read for even like 20 minutes and like only read. I have breaks at work, but you know, like if someone else is in there, I'm gonna socialize, and I'm also eating on my breaks. Like, I don't know. The book is, it's not over. If she sticks this landing, though, I think it's so safe to say this book is perfect. I haven't read a book this good in a very long time. I think I haven't read a book this technically proficient and so well put together since I read A Little Life. I'll be honest, this is, I mean, Mr. Impossible is becoming one of my favorite new books in the entire world. Like, I already love this series, but there's just something so impossibly perfect about this book. Hopefully she sticks the landing. But it's so good, and it doesn't help that I just want to read it when I can't. I have a couple more things to do, and I need to eat before I go to work tonight. So hopefully I will have time to read like one chapter. Oh God, I hope. I just really want to read a little bit more. So, okay, we're gonna go. Sorry this is not a 48-hour book vlog, which is what I intend it to be. I'm gonna stop setting those goals for myself because it just doesn't work. It doesn't. It's like the second time it's failed. But yeah. So it's kind of dark. I just got off of work. I actually got some decent reading done, and now I want to just go read. Adam basically told Declan, he's like, I need to talk to Ronan. We need to talk about Bride. Like, this may not be good. And Declan contacted Ronan, and Ronan was like, we'll see. And I just, oh my god, Matthew was having continued existential crisis. He climbed a crane. If that's not a fucking metaphor, I don't know what it is. Like, it's not, but it is. Hennessy had this, like, I don't want to call it a meltdown, but her thought pattern, she starts thinking, she calls Jordan and just kind of listens to Jordan talk to Declan, and kind of has this thought pattern where she goes, well, what if she doesn't need me, and like, what if I'm just a forgery, which, side note, she's the artist behind the Jordan in White, just like, wow. But she has this like just thought pattern, and it's so relatable, I guess. I've had, not obviously dealing with the same stuff, but I have had days and moments, and I have thought nearly exactly the same thing, and I've never seen it so clearly and concisely put on page like that. I don't know. There have definitely been so many books I've read that talk about depression and talk about things like this and have characters like this. But the way, or I'm sorry, not Jordan, but Hennessy, I'm talking about, the way it's like just put on the page feels like it was pulled out of my brain, I guess. So there's that. But I am gonna go. I'm right now debating whether I should pick up some food on the way home because I'm really hungry, but it is like 9:30, so it's a little late to eat. So we'll see. I'll see. Might get McDonald's. It's Friday. I have to get ready and leave for work, which is great. I'm so close to finishing the book. I'm probably going to finish it today at work. And I'm not sure I'm ready for that emotional turmoil, but it's happening anyways. So that's a thing. I will update as soon as I get out of work. Like when I say I'm so close. Carmen Farouk Lane. So Hennessy is with Farouk Lane and Liliana, and Ronan thinks Declan and Adam basically were in on having the moderators try to kill him, and he's like full in with Bride, and they're racing to go do something, and I just, oh oh God, I'm not ready. I finished it. I finished it at work, which was a bad idea because then I had to sit there and just stew and moat, and I wasn't sure what to do because from the point where Bride admits that Ronan dreamed him up, which, what the fuck? Bride's been a dream this entire time. What else has Ronan dreamed up? Like, what? From that point forward, what? Just what? And then, so Hennessy turns off the ley line. Okay, cool. I support her. I didn't think I would come out of this book being like, I think Hennessy is the hero and not Ronan. I think Ronan's got his own thing. Like, I'm not saying he's like the villain, but I think Hennessy's the hero, which I love. I love this so much. I think that's amazing and perfect. So Hennessy turns the ley line off and all the dreams go to sleep, including Matthew, but not Jordan, whose like last line is like, I'm awake, which like, holy fuck, you're awake somehow. Also, like, the moderators were dreams. The moderators were dreams. Whose dreams were they? Were they Ronan's? Were they someone else? Is there another dreamer out there? I have so many thoughts and emotions, and it's so good. This book is 5 stars, easy. I probably, I would say, like, I don't tend to go over 5 stars, but like 5.5. 5.5 stars. Impossibly 5.5 stars. Just freaking wow. I just was not expecting to be this blown away by this book. It's just absolutely destroyed me in all the right ways. It was so good. Have other people read this? This series is not as big as it should be because this series is fantastic. I think my only complaint is I wish there had been more Adam content. I know it's not Adam's story, but he really feels like he's being kept away. And I guess maybe that is the author's intention, is to not center it on Ronan and Adam because it's Ronan's story. But at the same time, I want a little bit of that fan service, please. Just like a little bit. I think Adam gets like 3 scenes. Very minor, and he is a good character, and I think he's at least somewhat important, but I do think it's also very intentional. It feels very intentional because, you know, Ronan has to grow into himself on his own. He has a personal journey, and as much as I love him and Adam's relationship, you can't really go on a personal journey with someone else, you know? So that's my only complaint, and it's not even really much of a complaint because I think there's merit to the reason why, like, he's just not on the page as much. But this book was so good. It was better than it had any right to be. It was so good. 5.5 stars. 5.5 stars. I'm gonna write it down as that in my journal. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.